What is up, Reeland Tucker, BodyMountain.com. Today I just want to make a quick video to cover something you've probably heard of, and that's macronutrients. Now, maybe you've heard this term before, but it hasn't really been explained. This is actually how all of the diets really get made up. And it's going to determine how much protein, carbs, and fats that you have. Macronutrients, that's what they are. Your protein, your carbohydrates, and your fats. I have on here an example of like a keto diet, which might be 70% of your calories are going to come from fat, 20% from protein, and 10% from carbohydrates. I'm not a huge fan of keto, but a lot of people like it. It's very popular, and it can help you make sure that you're breaking down fat into ketones and using that as energy. But one of the best macro breakdowns I feel like that works really well, especially if you're trying to burn fat and build muscle at the same time. It's been told that that's actually that 99% of the people can't do that. What if I told you that actually you very well can? And so the percentages are going to change a little bit, and then we can maximize your hormones, things like your insulin and your growth hormone, by structuring it throughout the day. And that would be something like intermittent fasting. And there's a link to that video if you want to watch that after this. So, but as far as, it looks like I lost my black marker. I have to switch to green, Body Mountain green. But as far as maybe burning fat and building muscle at the same time, one of the things that I have to do with clients is, yes, we figure out what's your structure going to be for the day, if that's intermittent fasting or eating every 3 hours, but we want to get all of your total calories in. So let's just say that we're just going to go with 2,000 calories as the amount of calories that you need, okay? And that is based off something called your BMR that we get, all right? Your basal metabolic rate. Right? So if you were to lie in bed all day, that's how many calories you would burn while you're lying in bed just being alive. Okay, so the more muscle you have, the faster your metabolism is. Ultimately, the more calories you burn, ultimately the more fat you can burn. So with the focus on building muscle, you actually can get leaner. You've probably heard this before. So if you have more muscle, like for me, for instance, my BMR is actually like 2,300. I just got an in-body test done. So it's around 2,300 calories, just how much my body burns. And then if we were to add some more activity to that and multiply that, then say I'm working out 2 hours, 5 days a week, then we're going to multiply this, by a certain number, and that's how many calories I need. So let's just say though that we're just going to do a 2,000 calorie diet just to make it simple, and this would be based on your BMR plus your activity level and what your goal is. So if you're trying to burn fat, then you need to be at a caloric deficit. So usually I'd put someone around -10 to -20 caloric deficit. So let's just say that we ended up at 2,000 calories is how many calories they need, and their BMR was, let's just say, around 1,800. But we add the activity, so let's just say 3 hours of working out a week, okay? And so we put them around 2,000 calories to be at a caloric deficit, okay? But we're stimulating the muscle, and so we're starting to burn more calories as those muscles get stimulated or activated, okay? So 2,000 calories, and in those calories are your protein, carbs, and fats, okay? So protein, typically, I'm gonna have it be at least 40, maybe up to 45% of someone's total calories. And there are 4 calories in every gram of protein, right? So 4 calories. And then in carbs, there are 4 calories in every gram of carbs. And then in fats, there are 9 calories in every gram of fat, okay? So and I got jumbled a little bit here just because I'm bad at math and I forget all the things, the numbers. So 9 calories every gram of fat. So let's just say though, you've heard that you need about 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight in order to build muscle. I think that those numbers I believe that's pretty accurate, and that's a good number to go off of. But again, all of this stuff is a wonderful template, but still you got to learn how to listen to your body and dial it in. And this is one reason why I actually got into intermittent fasting, is because I like the way that how long it takes my body to digest and process and maximizing the hormone levels. And so you got to listen to your body a little bit on that. But so let's say your protein's at 40 to 45%, carbs, I actually like putting carbs at around 25%, and then your fats between 30 to 35%. Okay, so then we're helping your body be able to use fats as energy, and then this is where the structure will come into play of where I might do carb backloading, so you don't need as many carbs because you're using fat as energy. Oh, someone's coming in. Clean people just came in. So that's just a little bit of an idea, okay? So let's just find out how many calories you need based on your BMR and how much activity you're going to be doing and what your goal is. You do need to be at a caloric deficit in order to burn fat. In order to put on muscle, you need to be in what's called a positive nitrogen balance. So you need to make sure you're getting enough protein. That's why that should be the highest. And you will get leaner with your protein a little bit higher, and then fats usually a little bit higher as well than carbohydrates. And then let's say we get all your carbs in post-workout. That's coming up with the structure for your macronutrients to maximize your hormone levels, but two different things, okay? So we have a style of eating like intermittent fasting, and then we have diets, okay? Like keto, high carb, low carb, high protein, low fat, and just that you mix these around based on what your goal is, okay? So I hope that makes some sense for you. If you have any questions, please comment, let me know, and I'd love to answer it for you. My name is Reedland Tucker, bodymountain.com.